After being forced to close my repair business, I decided it was time for a change. So I sold off all my property, invested in some used equipment, and headed to Riverbend Springs. Only time will tell if I'll be able to rebuild my auto repair empire or end up living in a van down by the river. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit like, subscribe, and turn on your notifications. It's about time for that barge to get out of the way. I've got to get over and talk to David about these baling contracts. I was talking to Ben about picking up a baler so I could help out with these contracts, and he said, hey, don't worry about it. I'm pretty sure David's got one for you. But this is not the one. No, I'm going to be borrowing this one today, doing a little bit of a lease agreement here. We've got a nice Case 340 Magnum and the big Corona baler right here. Now, I've never used one quite this big before. I'm more used to the smaller size or the round balers. And that's what's actually for sale over in another part of town here. There's a really nice one, but I've got to get these contracts done. That way I can afford that one. And the first field is number 50 right here, really close to David's property. It's just some regular straw. I'm going to get this baled up, and then I'll be able to move over to a slightly larger field. Yeah, it's across the road, and you guys are going to laugh whenever you see how big this thing is. You know what? Scratch that. You're not going to be laughing. I'm going to be crying because that field over there, I believe it's twice as big as this one right here. It's going to take me all afternoon, probably well into the evening, just to be able to get that done. I've got 4 of them here that I got to get done today, and I was really hoping to be able to go buy another piece of equipment because there's a really good opportunity to make even more money so that maybe I could buy a house. Well, that's all 9 bales out of this field. Time to head across the road and tackle that big monster over there. Now, I originally said it was small, and I guess David was joking with me about it because that is by far the biggest field that I've got here of these 4. Hopefully, I'm going to be able to make enough money here on this because David is keeping a little bit of the money here from me using this. I think originally it was like $36,000 if I had my own equipment, but I'm not going to get near that since I'm having to use his tractor and baler. I'm making pretty good time here, and I reached back out to David, and he said that, you know what, he was going to give me $25,000 for doing all of this work here. Since I don't have any other workers out here, I'm doing it all myself. 25 grand is what he's going to give me for this. So that's not bad. I mean, $11,000 to use the equipment. I'm okay with that. 20 bales off this field right here. I'm now heading over to a couple other fields that are off the beaten path a little bit on the other side of the map. Man, would I love to be able to stop in at Buc-ee's there for some nice dinner from Beverly, but I got to get these fields done because, like I said, there are a couple other things that I can do here today to still make some money. I mean, there's equipment that's still for sale. I'm torn. Eat, make money. Let's go make money. Now, this field is a little bit smaller. Maybe this is the one David was talking about. Got another 7 bales off this field here. Now I'm heading over to the field that David calls the big one. It's back across the river. I'm going to have to take the ferry. Hopefully it's not being blocked by another barge because I got to get this done quick. I think I still have time to get that other contract done. So the barge isn't blocking it, but it is on the other side of the river. Hopefully this thing gets here quick because, like I said, I believe I've got enough time to be able to get this other set of contracts done today because I really want to sleep in my own house tonight. Now, David said this field was just on the other side of this barn right here. I'm expecting a really, really big one. Let's see what we got here. And no, this is like the smallest one. Oh, I see what he did there. Big is small, small is big. Yeah, David's a funny guy. I made a total of 46 bales here over the 4 contracts for David. He's got a sense of humor, and I'm hoping that I get to work with this guy in the future because I want to put that to the test a little bit. But I'm going to get this piece of equipment, well, actually both these pieces of equipment, back over to him and pick up my white tractor because I've got to go buy another piece of equipment. Yep, I'm going to go ahead and do those contracts. I've still got plenty of time here in the day. Let me get this dropped off, and I'll show you guys exactly what it is. Thanks again, Ben, for getting those contracts set up. Hopefully I get them knocked out because I really want to go get that baler. The shadows are starting to get a little bit longer, but before I can get over to the contracts, I've got to pick up a little bit more of material here. And the good news is that the first field is just right back over here on the other side of these buildings and the railroad tracks. It's going to be a quick little turnaround, and then we're headed over to the east side of the map. Field number 1 at fertilization done. 4 more to go. It's a little bit of a drive. Contract number 2 is done. Now let's go over to a couple fields that are right next to each other and figure out an easy way to get these two done. So the next 2 contracts are on these 2 fields sitting right here next to each other. Now, I'm not going to have to worry about knocking down any of the crop or anything like that. I mean, I think there's more weeds in here than there is crop anyway, but they want more fertilizer. The good news is I'm pretty sure I'm just going to be able to go straight across the road and be able to knock this out in a very short amount of time. I got to get over to the other farm, and by other farm, I mean where the baler is at, because I got to get there and then still have time to be able to go do one more thing. I can't stop. I can't stop. I've got another contract kind of that I've been thinking about doing, but I got to get this one done first. Well, that was a breeze. It got them both knocked out. What I was doing was just coming straight across here, turning it off when I got to this road, and then picking it right back up over there. Now, it's fortunate, a little bit of a wider track here to be able to go in between these rows. Even with the wides, it still managed to work and not kill very many plants. But I need a little bit of an upgrade if I'm going to keep doing this. I mean, this is really good for lime, but for fertilizer, I got a feeling that I'm going to need something just a little bit more narrow. Man, I need to hurry. I've got to get this field done, and then I'm going to go talk to a farmer that's kind of getting out of the business about some new equipment. Yeah, it's an upgrade, but it's not an upgrade. I'll show you. Contract number 5 done. Now let's go meet this old man about this old equipment. So I came over here to check out this nice Case IH RB456, and the old man has a tractor as well. Now, I don't necessarily need another tractor, but a tractor with narrow tires would help out with the fertilization. And he's got a sprayer too that I could go ahead and start doing some herbicide. I mean, I could really start getting into like being a custom, contractor guy and just doing all kinds of random stuff. I mean, I'd have 2 tractors. I could even hire me a worker. I mean, really start to pick up the business here. Now, it means that I wouldn't be able to buy a house right now. The old man drove a hard bargain, but $46,000 later, and the tractor and the sprayer are mine. I'm going to come back for the baler in a little while once I get some contracts done. Ben's setting some stuff up for me. I gotta go buy a little bit of herbicide, and then I should be good to go. Well, y'all, that happened really fast. I paid the old man, and now I've got a worker heading off to take care of another contract. Yep, I'm on my way up to the store to get some herbicide here, but David gave me a call and said, hey, I need some more fertilization done today, like ASAP. So I ran over here to the cafe, found somebody, and they've got my tractor now. I picked up a pallet of herbicide, filled up the tank, and now I'm heading over here to a cotton field, I believe, to go ahead and get some herbicide into these crops, or on the crops, actually, I should say. And the worker has already started taking care of the fertilizer up in field number 24. I have no idea who this person is. I gave Ben a call and said, hey, I need a worker. Who do you got? And he said, you know what? I got a guy. He's in the cafe right now. Go talk to him. I did. I don't know. I trust Ben, but I don't know this guy. I don't know what to do. This thing is a little bit wider than I expected. Hopefully I don't run into any trees. I mean, this is the widest piece of equipment I've ever worked with. Time to fold up this big contraption right here because this contract is now done. Now, I used a little bit of the tank. I mean, about 25%. I was able to save a little bit, but not a lot. I mean, 25% on this field. This is a small field. I've got to figure out a way to be able to get some herbicide around the map and the tractor as well with the sprayer. Wish I had a 3-point on the front of this thing. I'm going to stick close to the store here because I don't know exactly when this product is going to run out or the fertilizer that I've got up there with the worker. I'm probably going to have to go get the truck and some way of getting a couple pallets loaded up on it, delivered out here to the fields because it's getting to be dark time, which means that the shop isn't going to be helping out anymore. So I've either got to get this done, the worker's got to get it done, or maybe I can convince Ben to help out. One really cool thing that I forgot about workers, well, I didn't even really realize it in the first place, but they can drive wherever you need them to. Yep, the worker up on field 24 is out of fertilizer, so They're going to run over to the store, pick up a little bit more, and then they're going to go back. And I'm not going to have to take them anything. I was on my way up to field number 23, and I realized that the worker was going to be coming right back by here anyway. So I went ahead and waited to see how well they're doing. Now, they seem to be a pretty good driver. I think they're doing okay up in the field. I haven't heard any bad news from the landowner yet. It's getting kind of dark now. It's almost 7 o'clock. The sun's going down, and I still got 3 fields to go. So I better hurry up. They even took the long way back over to that other field. Hopefully they're going to be able to get that done before I get done here, because then I might have them bring down some other herbicide to the other big fields, because a little bit of a drive, and I really don't want to have to run out down there. I ended up getting done a little bit before they did on that big field, so I'm going to head back over to the store, load up as much herbicide as I can into this tank, and then go attack the biggest field down there in the south. I don't think these chemicals are going to work very good if it's not daylight, but the farmer said that I could go ahead and get it done tonight because they need it done. I got the big field done here, and I still have over half a tank of herbicide. Now I've got to try and thread the needle here, not knock down any signs, not take out any cars or trees, and move over to this field right here. Should be pretty quick and easy. I got all the contracts done, all the money collected, and I went ahead and spent $37,000 on that round baler. Now, I know I don't need it right now, but I think it's going to come in handy, and if nothing else, I can fix the thing up and flip it around and make a pretty good profit. Yeah, I'm really starting to clutter up Ben's yard over here, so I think my next priority is going to be to find a new place to live. Nothing against Ben, but I need more space. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you hit like, subscribe, and turn on your notifications to keep up to date on my future videos. While you're waiting on those future videos, go and check out one of these 2 right here. Have a great day, night, evening, everybody. Until next time, this is Driver53 signing off.